right, let's dive in. Today we're all about Microsoft, and well, we've got some really fascinating stuff to cover.
Definitely.
First, we'll unpack their financial landscape where they stand right now and then we'll jump into some pretty big news about their moves in AI.
Especially in the gaming world.
Exactly, exactly. So think of this as kind of your insider briefing, whether you're prepping for a big meeting, maybe about Microsoft's strategy, or even if you're thinking about investing in them, this is for you.
That's right. We're going to go beyond just the numbers.
For sure.
We're going to get into the why behind those numbers, what's driving their decisions and what it all means for Microsoft's future.
Absolutely. Okay, so first up, let's dig into this financial analysis. And well, I gotta say, Microsoft, they really they really aren't afraid to spread their wings. They've got cloud computing with Azure.
Hmm.
They've got the old faithfuls like Windows and Office. They're in the gaming universe with Xbox.
Of course.
And even LinkedIn for the professional networking crowd.
Yeah, that kind of diversification, it's a powerful strategy, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely.
Especially these days, right, with all this economic uncertainty.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it means that they're not overly dependent on any one single market.
Right.
And that could be huge.
Yeah, and just look at their revenue growth over 15% year over year. I mean, that's pretty remarkable.
Yeah, it is.
And they're seeing, solid performance across the board.
Mm-hmm.
Businesses, consumers, it's really fueled by that increasing demand for cloud services and software.
I think what's even more impressive, though, is their profitability.
Oh, tell me about it.
I mean, a profit margin over 35%,
Yeah.
an operating margin approaching 45%.
Whoa.
Those are some really healthy numbers,
Yeah.
especially for a company of Microsoft's size.
Absolutely. It's like they've figured out how to turn almost every dollar into profit.
Right.
But hold on, because their free cash flow,
Okay.
that's a real eye-opener. Over $70 billion.
Wow.
I mean, that gives them so much flexibility to make, strategic plays, whether it's acquisitions,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
buying back their own stock, dividends for their investors, or just pouring resources into research and development. I mean, they can do it all.
And speaking of acquisitions, their bid to acquire Activision Blizzard, I mean, that's a really big deal.
Huge.
If it goes through, it could really shake things up in the gaming world.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It really demonstrates their commitment to that market, I think.
For sure. But let's not forget about their current valuation. I mean, with a price to earnings ratio close to 33, they're definitely priced for growth.
Yeah, that high valuation, it really reflects, I think, the market's confidence in their future, But it also means that potential investors really need to weigh that against the risks involved.
Yeah, because those risks are real,
Oh, yeah?
You've got the increased regulatory scrutiny,
Mm-hmm.
fierce competition in the cloud space from giants like Amazon Web Services and Google.
Of course.
And then you've got the integration challenges that come with, these large acquisitions.
Sure.
That's not easy.
Well, and those are challenges that any company at that level faces.
Right.
It's all about how they navigate them that's going to determine their future success.
Absolutely. But even with all these challenges, it seems like Microsoft's really laser focused on delivering value to their shareholders.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got a history of consistent dividend increases, buybacks, and that says a lot about their long-term strategy.
Definitely.
It's like they're saying, "Hey, we're here for the long haul and we want our investors to be a part of it."
Exactly. It's all about, balancing their ambitious growth plans with keeping their investors happy.
Right. So we've got this picture of a company, with its fingers in a lot of different pies,
Mm-hmm.
pulling in some pretty impressive profits
Yeah.
and sitting on a mountain of cash.
Right.
But what about their push into AI?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm really excited to dig into.
Yeah, that's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
Our next source, it focuses specifically on how Microsoft's using AI,
Okay.
especially in their gaming division. And it's not just theoretical. They're already building some pretty remarkable tools.
Wow, so they've developed this AI model. It's called Muse.
Muse, yeah.
And it was created with Ninja Theory, one of their game studios.
Right, right. And what's really amazing about Muse is its ability to actually generate visuals
Oh, wow.
and actions within a video game.
So like creating those expansive worlds
Yeah.
and the intricate characters.
Exactly. And all with the help of AI. I mean, just imagine the possibility.
It's like having a co-pilot
Yeah,
for game development.
kind of, yeah.
And it makes a lot of sense, when you think about how much development
Oh,
costs
yeah.
have been going up, up, up
It's
just
crazy.
in the gaming industry.
It's gotten so expensive to make these
I
games.
know, games are getting so complex. They
Yeah.
require these massive teams and resources.
It's unbelievable.
So it seems like Microsoft is betting that AI can kind of play a key role
Mhm.
in streamlining that process, right?
Yeah.
Potentially saving time and money,
Yeah.
which could lead to, even more innovative and ambitious games.
Absolutely. And the thing is, they're not just talking about it.
They're
They're actually doing it.
okay.
They're using a Musel to create this real-time
Right.
playable AI model
Okay.
that learns from existing games.
So it's not just about like static assets.
No,
It's about like dynamic interactive AIs that can
Mhm.
learn and adapt.
That's a really important distinction.
Yeah.
It suggests that Muse isn't just some tool for making pretty pictures.
Right.
It's about bringing like a whole new level of intelligence
Yeah.
and responsiveness
Mhm.
to game characters
Okay.
and environments.
Gotcha.
Like think about it, Fatima Kardar,
Okay.
the corporate vice president for gaming AI at Microsoft.
Yeah.
She put it this way. She said,
Okay.
"We see potential for this work to one day benefit both players and game creators."
I like that.
And that statement, I think, it really highlights their vision.
Yeah.
They see AI as a way to enhance the gaming experience
Right.
for everyone.
For everyone involved.
Yeah, from the people who make the games
Yeah.
to the people who play them.
That's really cool.
So what could this all mean for the
Yeah.
future of gaming? I mean, could this be the beginning of a revolution?
I mean, it's possible, right?
Think about it.
Yeah.
Imagine games where the environments are more dynamic
Okay.
and responsive, where characters behave in ways that are more believable
Right.
and unpredictable.
And unpredictable.
And where the gameplay itself is constantly evolving.
That's awesome.
I mean, it could really push the boundaries of what's possible in gaming.
It's like games could become so much more immersive,
And
personalized, almost like they're reacting to you specifically.
that's the idea.
But could there be downsides to this, I mean, I've heard some people are worried that AI could lead to job losses in the gaming industry.
Yeah, that's a valid concern for sure.
Yeah.
And it's a debate that's happening, across a lot of different industries
Right.
as AI becomes more and more powerful. And I think it's important to remember that AI is a tool,
Right.
and how it's used ultimately depends on the people who are developing it.
Right. The people who are implementing it.
Yeah, and that's a conversation that we really need to be having right now
Yeah.
as AI is evolving so rapidly, and its impact is being felt, in so many areas of our lives.
It's true.
Microsoft's work with AI in gaming, it's just one example
Yeah.
of how this technology is reshaping our world.
Totally.
It raises all these important questions about the future of creativity,
Yeah.
the nature of work,
Right.
and even the very essence of what it means to play a game.
It feels like we're just scratching the surface
I think so.
of what's possible.
Yeah, and what's exciting is that we're all part of this evolution.
Yeah.
We're witnessing and participating in the emergence of a new technological era.
I love that. Yeah, it really is mind-blowing when you start to think about where all of this could lead.
It really is, and this whole discussion about AI and gaming, it kind of brings us back to what we were talking about earlier.
Oh, okay.
About Microsoft's financial strength.
Right.
I mean, their success in areas like cloud computing
Mm-hmm.
and traditional software, that gives them the resources
Yeah.
to really invest heavily in these cutting edge fields
Right.
like AI.
Makes sense. Yeah, it's like their current success is fueling their future ambitions.
Yeah.
It's not just about staying ahead of the curve. It's about defining what the curve looks like.
Exactly. And that brings us back to the big picture.
Okay.
We started by looking at Microsoft's impressive financial performance,
Right.
the diverse revenue streams, the high profitability,
Cash, all that cash.
and
all
that
the time.
massive cash flow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like they've built this incredibly solid foundation
Mm.
that allows them to, to take risks,
Yeah, yeah.
to explore new frontiers.
Yeah, and then
Oh,
we kind of shifted
we
gears
did.
to their bold moves in AI,
Uh-huh.
particularly in gaming with this fascinating Muse project.
Yeah, it's a clear sign that they're not just content with, sitting back and
Yeah,
relaxing. They're actively shaping the future
they are.
of technology,
That's right.
and it's not just about, the technology itself. It's about what it
Yeah.
enables. New forms of creativity, new ways to experience games,
Hmm.
and potentially, new industries that
Right.
we haven't even thought of yet.
It's like they're opening up, this whole new world of possibilities.
I know, and that's what makes it so exciting.
I agree.
We're not just observers. We're participants
Yeah,
in this unfolding story.
absolutely.
I don't know about you, but I'm walking away from this deep dive
Yeah.
feeling incredibly inspired.
Yeah, me too. Me too. It really is a reminder that we live in a time of just extraordinary innovation.
Yeah,
And companies like Microsoft, they're at the forefront,
yeah.
pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
So as we wrap things up here,
Uh-huh.
here's a final thought-provoking question for everyone to ponder.
Right.
It's considering the speed
Right.
at which AI is developing.
Hmm.
What do you think Microsoft's gaming division will look like in 5 years?
That's a great question. I mean, will AI become like this indispensable tool for
Yeah.
game developers, seamlessly integrated into every stage of the process?
Mm,
Or are we still in just the very early stages of
yeah.
a much larger revolution?
Right.
One that will fundamentally change, not just how games are made, but how we experience them.
That's a really great question, and something for us all to think about as we continue to explore, this ever evolving world of technology.
Definitely.
So until next time, keep diving deep.